Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do it.
What is going on, people? Family Sam here from Lv1 Gaming.com. And of course, I got music going in the background. But congratulations, you guys are leveled up to 110. This is the Double XP podcast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I know a lot of people need a distraction from all the things that are going on in the world. We're glad you guys have chose to rock out. Whether you're watching live, watching on Lv1Gaming.com, or you're watching it later on in the day, on your way to work tomorrow, it's all good as long as you're rocking with us. We appreciate it. We're going to get started with these introductions. To my right, the one and only Citizen Snips.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be back for another week. Got some good topics going on. A lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now, of course, but you know, we got some cool stuff to talk about. So excited to have y'all with us as always. And yeah, aside from that, let's just get into it, man. I'm ready.
Next up, the hugger with the hard R.
Is that funny?
It's the truth.
What is up, y'all? We are here. We're back. Got some stuff to talk about. I'm glad you guys are with us today, tomorrow, whatever. Make sure you go to Lv1 Gaming and just enjoy the content we're putting out. And I hope we can entertain you for at least this Wednesday.
Yes, indeed. Next up, DallazMan.
Man, what's good? It's nice to be here with y'all once again. Kind of, sort of.
He's so non-committal when it comes to us. Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. I find it funny how today is the day Meek decided to be gone. I find it funny that I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I like this whole little thing that we got going on, and I'm glad that it continues. That being said, shout out to all the black creators out there. I continue to try to find y'all. I continue to try to talk to y'all because on the cool, I didn't even know there was too many more that existed for a long time. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm glad y'all doing what y'all doing right now, especially right now when we need it. And shout out to Light Skin Kevin.
Thanks, man.
Last but not least, Mr. Two Something to Do Something, a.k.a. half man, half God. Demi God Reviews. What's up, player?
What's going on? I'm here to talk games. Hope everybody is doing well in these trying times. Please bring the women and wine for this weary warrior. I need it. And let's get into it.
Yo, so before we get started, if you need it, or know someone who needs it, please go in the description down below. I know a lot of people are having a tough time with their mental health, with other things going on in the world. Please click the description down below if you need some resources of someone to talk to, anything of that sort. Please click the description down below. And if you want to just come on here and just talk with us, just let me know, man. We can have a good time where I can talk about some video games. So, we were kind of hurt this week, even though we kind of were okay with the reasons why they did it. But the PlayStation 5 event that was set to happen tomorrow, that everyone was like super duper excited and hyped for, has been delayed. So that greatness that we're supposed to receive tomorrow will be pushed back to another date. The rumor that's floating around that I'm hearing, it may be June 12th. Which is a Friday, which I'll be cool for, especially if it's later on in the day. I don't want to be at work when it happens. So I want to ask the panel, number one, because we didn't talk about this last week when it was announced, but what are you guys expecting from this PS5 reveal event, or games reveal event that's happening on the 12th? Because I'm not going to lie, there was a moment where I believe Jim Ryan has said in one of the articles, I think he was trying to tell you that don't get your expectations too high. Right? We're not giving you everything. We're going to have a lot more information coming on later. So that kind of showed me they're going to hold back a lot of stuff. But what are you guys expecting from this event that's supposedly supposed to be June 12th? Yeah. It's like we ever said, all right, you go. Now your turn.
We're gathering our thoughts. Leave us alone,
I think
old man.
we got to hear from Dallas first on this one. He seems to be the most
sliding off eating groceries.
Getting a little antsy, right?
I was just like, I was just stuffing my face.
Good.
That's all. I was trying to be polite. But okay, so originally I was going to be at work when it happened, so I wasn't going to see it. And now I'm going to be at work when it happens, so I'm not going to get to see it right away. But I kind of fully expect this is me tempering my expectations, but fully expect this to be Sony's version of what Xbox just did. I don't expect to hear all the stuff that I want to hear, like a price. I expect to see a bunch of multiplats. Not in a bad way. It's just that's what I expect to see.
Really? You don't think Sony would have sort of learned from what Xbox did? Because I mean, even though Xbox said, "Hey, this is going to be third-party stuff," people still expected to see some first-party stuff for whatever reason, and people wanted to see. God dang it, what this means? People wanted to see games, but you don't think Sony like kind of learned and was like, "Hey,"
they learned from it. The last 2 states to play, and that's not saying I don't think that we'll see something good like this time around. I do. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some exclusive or another. I'm sure they're gonna try to like end it with an uppercut, end it with a haymaker. But I'm not gonna get too excited. Usually, I always say I'm like cautiously optimistic, and that's how I'm about this. But we also know that they gotta hold something back because they have another event coming up. They have to hold something back.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, man. I was expecting the console reveal. I was expecting for them to show it. I was expecting us to get something along the lines of a teaser for, Spider-Man 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and then the rest would be multiplats. Because, I mean, a lot of the studios either just made a game, making a game that we know of, so there's not a lot they can really show. But I think Spider-Man 2, and especially Horizon Zero Dawn 2, it should be in a position to where they can have a demo, not necessarily a demo, but at least a trailer chopped up. I expected for them to really try to go. But I was hoping they would learn from Microsoft, and like kind of like what we see from the state of play with Sony, they'll show you some games, but now I don't expect some deep dive gameplay like when we saw for Ghost of Tsushima. But I expected to see something, and I don't think Sony really wanted that backlash from just showing third party multiplats.
I think a couple teasers are likely. I think it's likely that we might get to see what the PlayStation looked like.
I don't think we're getting price.
That's the one thing I think they're finally going to do is show what the actual console looks like. Probably not pricing yet, nah. But I think they'll show the console for the first time.
Rumors, like I said, some stuff I'm hearing that it's a thick boy, but it looks like a traditional console. But it's a thick ass boy.
Thick boy.
So it's kind of like
Thick ass boy.
I heard it's a thick ass boy. Christopher
I don't
Kazama.
Jesus.
Me personally, my biggest thing, especially when it comes to the PlayStation, because that was like the one thing it was worse at than the Xbox in this current generation, is the cooling. Make it thick. Do whatever you need to do, but ensure proper cooling for my hardware inside of this console. Because if I have to listen to like a 747 taking flight in my living room every time I want to play a game, that's annoying as hell, dude.
Yep.
Like I would literally have to turn up the volume to bleed out the noise from that fan going.
And you always saying.
So please, take care of my hardware, and it's better for the longevity of the console tool. Like if your components are properly cooled, that means your PCs or your console's going to last longer. So I'm all for that. Make it large and obnoxious. I don't care, but make sure it cools properly.
It got to be. I know a lot of people gave Microsoft flack for the way the Xbox Series X looked, but they're going for, hey, we got these components in here. We need this thing to be able to breathe. Here's our cooling system.
When they showed the airflow diagram for it, I was like, yes, you understand. I was like, thank you, we're good.
And honestly, the
Series
Series
rectangle,
the Series X has a really good cooling system, and that thing is like whisper quiet. And apparently, the Series X is supposed to be even quieter than that. So I'm really seeing
1X.
1X. I'm sorry. What did I say?
You said Series X.
My bad. The 1X is pretty quiet. Even the S is pretty quiet, but the Series X is supposed to be even quieter than that. So like, that's super dope.
Yeah, the 1X is super quiet. That I have noticed. I've been putting some long gaming hours into that one.
But Demi, man, what do you expect, man? If June 12th is the date, nobody hold me to that. What you expecting, man? Like, do you think Sony gonna blow out? What do you think?
All right, so console reveal, and I expect the price. That's what I'm expecting from this.
You think gonna get a price?
I think so.
I bet Microsoft will love that.
Yeah.
They would love that.
And price accordingly. They've been playing back and forth for like the wait for pricing to have somebody say something.
Yeah.
So I think the price is going to be revealed. We're gonna see some games. We're gonna see some stuff we noticed coming out. There's some stuff that we haven't seen just yet. I don't want to see Horizon Zero Dawn because I really don't care for it, but I know it's going to be up there.
Down.
Let's not get into this today.
I'm really waiting for this Spider-Man. And I think Insomniac has something besides just Spider-Man, because they've been hinting at a bunch of stuff on their Twitter. I if I'm correct, I do think like eventually they're gonna show like, oh yeah, Sunset Overdrive is gonna be over.
That's gonna be the biggest. That would be the biggest, not the biggest, but a big slap to Microsoft and Xbox because I guess we don't know what the time frame was with Insomniac being bought by Sony, but Insomniac was sitting there like, yo, we trying to make this game. What's up, Microsoft? And they kind of just sat there and did nothing with it.
And I will support it again if it comes out on PlayStation.
Factual.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm really surprised we ain't seen it, on the PS4 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or we might get that Sunset Overdrive remastered on PS5.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm expecting to see at the show. At least that. Because Insomniac been playing around with a bunch of stuff on their Twitter. They've been hinting like crazy. And word on the street is that another Gran Turismo is supposed to be shown. Also.
About time. God.
I mean, how well did GT7 go over?
That's a good question.
They got the confidence in them to make a good GT game?
I mean,
yeah.
If it hit, it hit. GT's there. They're Forza. They got to keep it pumping.
So you think GT gonna be there? You think Spider-Man will be there? You think we're gonna get a price? You think they're gonna show it? They gotta show it. Showing the price, right?
They're gonna show it.
Yeah, if you show the price, you have to show it. Yeah.
This show is like what, an hour long?
No, wasn't Jim Ryan saying it might be over an hour?
Yeah, so for over an hour, we're supposed to be getting something.
I can see 20 minutes of it being hardware.
Yeah, don't show me no. Here's a couple sizzle reels, a couple of demos. Here's a deep dive into more of The Last of Us. Nah, just give me more. Show me something.
For how much?
Give me like 10, 15 on hardware, and the rest should just be games.
No, like how much the price? How much PS5?
Oh, how much the price?
Yeah.
Where these things talking, man, it's gonna be at least 500 plus.
I for the longest time I've been saying they both consoles will be 500. I have. Don't be surprised if that thing ain't 550, and Microsoft come back with 500. Because Microsoft's already saying, yeah, we're gonna be flexible with the price, so they sitting back. And typically when these things are revealed, like at E3, what the case may be, Microsoft always goes first to give Sony time to counter. Now, granted, you can't counter an entire show because you already set plans how your show gonna go. But some stuff you can change here and there. And I think Microsoft is hoping that Sony goes 550 so they can go 500.
These things sitting at 5. I can't see them go no. I can't see them go no lower than that. I would like them to go lower than that, but it's 5.
Hugger, what you got? Where you at? Where you at on this?
Well, let's take the price thing right off the bat. I think they'll probably sell for 5, but with the shortage and the kind of climate we're in right now, I think we'll start seeing them creep up higher and higher, especially the resale people, because they'll buy 30 of them and resell them for like $800 because people want it. But I don't know what to expect of the show. I expect we'll see some game, Life of Black Tiger 2. I hope we get that. I think maybe we'll see the console. I don't know what Sony's got in their heads. Recently, they've kind of been off. See the price. We'll see. I hope they do like a really buckle down on like what Xbox does with their indie reel, because that made Xbox a lot of money with Cuphead when we saw Cuphead.
Yo.
So maybe PlayStation will do like an indie reel of stuff, and then we'll get the big titles of just, even if it's just a logo like Metroid Prime 4, what they did there. It's like, give me a logo that you're working on Spider-Man 2, the next God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't need to see it. I just need to know it's in the works, because it's been speculated for a long time Horizon Zero Dawn is coming. And Titan Comics, we did an article on Lv1 Gaming. Titan Comics is doing a comic for Horizon Zero Dawn, so I expect them to put some more stuff out there. But Sony has been historically stubborn about things, so I don't know what they're gonna show. even though these are times we've never had, I just don't know what to expect from them right now.
Dallas, you done eating them groceries? We want to get your thoughts, player.
Haven't you been paying attention to social media? It's 650. Y'all,
650.
I've been wondering where the hell that came from. I just started seeing memes all of a sudden, and then like, I guess that little narrative took off. But I think 5 is reasonable-ish. Like,
would you buy it at 650?
No.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure I would buy it.
Everybody here would. You can say you won't all you want, but you're gonna buy it. Maybe not.
I would buy it at some point or another. I don't know if I would buy it first.
Yeah, it wouldn't be day one.
Buy it on sale.
Hell no. Unless God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, and
you just
Horizon
proved
2.
the point. None of us would buy it at 650. We'd all wait for a sale or something. None of us are gonna buy it at 650.
Hell no.
The Xbox is 5.
Exactly.
650.
Yeah.
Like they would have to have every big release ready for me at launch for me to buy that at launch at 650.
Yeah. The only thing that would change my mind is the launch lineup for both consoles. Like if one
The reason I bought a PlayStation 4 was for Destiny, so
Yuck.
You bought a PS4 for Destiny?
yeah, at the time there was nothing else out. Destiny,
Yuck.
Last of Us came with it. Huh?
GTA.
I didn't hear that. I already had GTA.
You got Infamous.
GTA I had put on PC. I already had Infamous.
You got the Order 1886.
Didn't play it because it was way too short.
Hey, that game hit, man.
It's good though.
It hit, but me and Fame have some PTSD about the Order, so
Yeah,
I can't play it anymore.
I love
Listen,
that game.
if they explore like the vampire parts that they were supposed to put in, it would have hit.
Yeah. I
No, the
played
game was
Vampire.
dope. I love the game.
Exactly what it is.
I think the game gets more flack than what it deserves. Yes, it was super short, and yes, I hate it for the same reason. Like, a lot of people give it flack for the same thing God of War did. I think at this point, like, I can say spoiler alert, but like, you should have played it by now. Like, God of War, the first and the last boss is the same person. It was the same thing for Lord 1886. Like, the first and last boss is the exact same thing. You're like, okay, this is dumb. Like, why would you do this? Besides that, and being short, the gameplay, the shooting mechanic was hella dope. The game was visually, I mean,
it was the first game that looked next gen.
I couldn't tell that I was out of a cutscene. First time in the game, I was like,
Right.
oh, why is my player not moving? Like, this is the longest, dumbest cutscene ever. And it's me not moving the controller. Game visually stunning. Like, I think Red Dead Dawn needs to go ahead and link up with something. Sony owns the IP, I believe.
Yep.
So they need to go ahead and give us the Order 1887 or whatever the hell you're going to do. Give
And
us...
Haze 2.
What?
No.
No, thank you. Oh, you mean the Halo killer?
The Halo killer.
The Halo killer.
Yeah, you know.
Nah, we good, player.
We good on
Like,
that.
all the way okay.
The only thing I want back, like, because, and I know Demi's gonna rip into me for this, is I just love the Killzone series. Like, Liberation was kind of like, bleh, but like, or was it? No, wasn't Liberation. It was Shadow, whatever it was. But I love Killzone 3. That's probably
Yuck.
in 2. See, you don't know good games.
Ew. Killzone?
I love Killzone.
I'm
I
sorry.
used to destroy people on multiplayer.
I'm sorry. hate it had to be this way.
Love Killzone. So good. Don't hate me, Demi.
Yuck.
It's been such a long time since I played a Killzone game. I don't even know whether I like them or not.
Y'all know it got announced
Senpai.
recently?
You know, we got a what? Say that again.
Y'all know it got
None.
announced recently?
What was
That
it?
also looks terrible?
What?
That Game Gear.
Mm.
That's terrible.
What the hell is anybody supposed to do with that tiny little thing, man?
That's what she
Also-
said.
Flip it to your wallet.
Also,
Oh my
they're
gosh.
charging you. It's different games on each of them.
And
So,
that's the wackest part of it, bro.
Why you want to play a game on a little, like, that's like a 1-inch by 1-inch screen? Like, what?
and
the-
you got to buy a peripheral to make it bigger.
It's gonna hurt my eyes.
I
When
would've
you
bought
can
it- I would've bought it for my
every single
kid.
game they've ever put out.
Right?
I would buy it for my
I'm
kid if all the
only
games were
getting
on one.
I'm only getting
Well,
one
don't forget.
because it's also a time I got you.
It's not
That's
gonna
it.
happen, but okay.
Listen, the
only-
best.
Don't forget, the original Game Gear was released in 1990.
And
It
was a
had the
thick-ass
same
boy.
hardware. It was a thick ass
Thick
boy.
ass
Had
boy.
the
Yeah,
same
somebody with
hardware
best.
as
Hey, head busting.
had had the same hardware as the Master System, but you needed an adapter to play Master System games. So Sega's been on that bullshit for decades.
Wow.
They want you to buy all that. I was like, you know what, Sega, I love you. You're turning 60. Happy birthday. But I'm just gonna go emulate your games because no.
Like I say, if all the games are on one, I would buy it like for my kid to play, so he can play some retro titles. But come on now, you
Your
gotta,
kids' hands are too big for that.
the little one.
Best one. And they're 45.
Even
a pop.
her hands are too big for that.
They're $45 a pop.
40 for 40. If it was 45 with all the games, I would have bought it. I wouldn't have played it.
What you
45
can
for-
do?
45 for each.
Go
of them?
on.
No, if
Yeah.
it was 45, but I only had to buy one because it had all the games on it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, whoa.
Then I would have bought it. Then I would have bought it.
I'm still not buying it. It's too small.
It's yeah. What are you gonna do with it? You can't play that. Anybody with reasonable sized hands can't play that.
Didn't they
don't-
give you a
It's
second
not even
screen?
about the size of your hands. Like straining my eyeballs to see that. Like holy crap, man.
Didn't they give you a second screen to make the games larger? So I'm like, you knew what you were doing.
I don't think
Yeah.
this was made for us. I don't think it was made for the West.
Bro, look, man.
It's not even made for the East.
I didn't even like it either.
Look,
I
man.
feel like the only people gonna buy this is for like a collectible or something. But aside from
Like
that,
the retro heads are gonna buy this just because.
But even that.
I may buy it just
Like,
a quick purchase.
go on Alibaba, buy one of those. There's so many consoles you can have Raspberry Pi slotted into, and there you go. You got your handheld classic games right there for like $30. I don't understand this move from Sega. I understand it's your birthday. Cool, you're 60. Maybe you're getting old and senile, but not a good move. Not in today's
They should have
world.
went ahead and gone on with the original rumor about them having the Xbox Series Sega. That would have been way
Bruh.
better than this.
The original rumor was also that they were releasing a new console, and they kind of did. This is bullshit.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. Like, you know what the worst part of it is? Like, how do you pronounce it? Famitsu? The publication.
Fumatsu?
The publication. They hyped this up.
Famitsu?
Famitsu, whatever. You know, shit. Now, I mean, dang.
Famitsu.
The worst part about it
Gesundheit.
is that they hyped this up as a PS5 level reveal. That was literally the word said. PS5 level reveal. So we was like, oh snap, it's gonna be same day as Thursday. Like, is it gonna be them doing something with the PS5? Is it gonna be their own hardware? Are they really teaming up at Microsoft? And you're gonna come up with this baby playpen ass thing? Like, that was the worst part. They hyped it up as a PS5 level reveal. That's a big L from Sega, bro. They might as well go under at this point.
Oh, bro.
People like to set
People-
themselves up for failure.
Yeah. And people's putting this on
You know
a
what they-
large scale level, bro.
Right. You know what they could do though is it isn't since the 90s, really early 2000s, let's say, that we've known Sega for consoles. What they could do is say, "Oh, this was a precursor. We're sorry we kind of said this, but Yakuza, it's getting an anthology release where all the games are out together. We're getting all kinds of games. We're putting all our developers together, and you get the Sega collection of every single game they put out. It's going to be like $3,000, but you can still have every single game you've ever played by Sega. out
Any
there.
chance we
Or
getting
they're going to
trolled?
re-release their old games. Huh?
Any
Raise
chance?
my fist
Any
for
chance
that
we
one.
getting trolled and there'll actually be a
It'd
different
be-
announcement
it'd
tomorrow?
It'd be some sure ass poor
Yes.
timing for that. that's
They
for
could
sure.
have they could have just dropped the Dreamcast Mini and called it one.
Like, I'm really hoping like that we get some actual news tomorrow. And this
That's what
ain't
I
it.
thought they were doing, is the re-release of an old console like Nintendo's been doing.
You got a Game Gear. It's what you've been asking for.
Micro.
Right?
It's what you
Nice.
it's what you
Nice.
what the streets want.
You talked and we listened. Introducing,
Here's a Game Gear.
bruh.
Just you can't play it. Belial
Squint.
says, yeah, the Game Gear is odd AF. Imagine squinting into a game in 2020. I could never.
Never ever could. He's not finish it. He said never ever could.
Dang it. Never ever could.
Could.
Okay. There you go.
Squint.
Had to drop your accent for that one.
Look at it. Look at
Never
it.
ever could.
The
I had to
Game
bring
Gear.
some twang into that.
Listen, I told my brother, like, yeah, bro, I don't know what they was doing. I woke up expecting some hot news, and I seen this. I'm like, yeah, Sega, keep this. You could have kept that in the truck. That ain't the one.
Demi gonna buy that. Or he gonna be like,
I'm not.
No. I don't know if you guys saw
this
the,
is so very
the
small.
original...
Oh.
Is that what your wife says? Sorry. Sorry, couldn't help
It's
myself.
always the one with the oversized nipples. Got something to say. I'm playing.
Hey, pizza nipples is better than a tiny ass millimeter pita.
dang.
Anyway. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
See, it's what you get.
Oh, did you guys go to the Sega, the Japanese Sega? Not because Sega North America, they have their own Twitter, but the Japanese Sega, and they put together this bomb ass trailer, and I'm like, oh, they're showing some old games. Maybe they're gonna bring that stuff up, maybe again. And then we get that. Look,
Game Gear.
I think we're being trolled until tomorrow, where they're gonna be like, anthology series. We're partnering with this person. All this stuff.
Wait, they have another announcement tomorrow?
Who knows? At this point,
Well,
Sega is just gonna keep.
Well, the
dropping it
actual
on us.
announcement is supposed to have been tomorrow. I guess today was like it leaked early or whatever. But unless it's today the 4th in Japan. I don't know the time.
Yes.
Okay,
Today's
but never
the
mind.
4th,
Then it's
'cause they're
today.
on the
Then.
same time as Korea.
Gotcha. Well, it was today then because they said the 4th.
Today for them. You know what?
Alright, bro.
Sega, they're just gonna
That
keep
game-
dropping it on us.
That Game Gear is the actual announcement, bro.
That's trash.
Until I see
Thank
different.
you, Serial Sphinx, for following us on Mixer.
Until I see different. That Game Gear is the announcement. They could have kept that in the tuck. Could have kept that in the bag.
That's super
I'm very
whack.
disappointed.
I feel like in a week from now, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we were just playing. Here's the actual announcement."
Here's the actual announcement.
Xbox
Thomas
Series
Spencer
Sega.
being- Listen, man,
Yakuza Anthology.
I already bought the games.
You buy it again.
Yeah,
Shut
but
up.
some people want the whole collection.
Demi would buy it again. He don't let him act like he wouldn't.
I rebought them on the box. But they $20, so
Him and
can't
this
mess up.
goddamn box.
You right.
So now
me some
we
box.
know Demi buys box.
No, the box gets thrown at Demi. We all know that.
So that's not the only
Yeah,
delay.
I think Sega's just gonna come out in a couple days or maybe a couple weeks
Yeah,
when
sound
they
like
realize, hey, this didn't go over well, and just like give a real announcement about something.
We heard your cries. We heard
Yes.
your feedback. Here's the Game Gear Large XL 3DI.
Belial. What's up? Shout out to Belial, our awesome writer on Level 1 Gaming. He says
Yeah.
apparently the actual announcement is a cloud streaming service for Sega arcade games. That's better, but still, at least in my opinion.
That's still
No,
some
Sega
mid.
has a
You right.
plethora of
You right.
arcade games.
They do. They have a lot.
Yeah, so put them on like.
I don't need another
Yeah.
streaming
Yeah.
service. You need to go ahead and,
I don't want a
and
streaming
call
service.
Microsoft and say, hey, or call Microsoft or Sony and say, hey, can I put this in your streaming service? We don't need another one. We don't.
A lot of them are on Microsoft already.
Like,
But if you guys go onto Internet Archive, and it's Internet Archive is not a emulation service. It's not stealing. They preserve games. They preserve games, songs, media, anything that's been on the internet. They preserve, and you can play a lot of arcade games on Internet Archive if you really want to play them. Because most of them are from the 80s and early 90s. Who most people that are probably listening to this podcast have never played or heard of.
I mean, that's cool, but what my actual announcement?
when?
When the chicken crosses the road.
It said, yeah, okay, sure, go ahead.
We heard your cries. We heard your feedback.
Let me
Here's
ask
the
you a
Game
question.
Gear XL.
Let me ask you a question, Hugger. Which hurt more, the PS5 event being delayed or the Cyberpunk Night City being delayed? What hurt more?
Cyberpunk. I mean, look, anybody knows that I just got into PC gaming within the last like 4 years, so I'm still relatively new to it. and I was a PlayStation girl for my entire life. My first PlayStation, I talked about it in our, and the other parts will be up soon. The Dreamcast guy, consoles through the generations of Dreamcast. I was poor. I didn't have consoles. My consoles were Nintendo, and my PlayStation was from a pawn shop. So I was PlayStation for all my life because once Xbox came out, it's like, I don't have the extra money to be paying to have live service. And PlayStation up until the PlayStation 3 was whatever, you know, it's free up until, let's not get into that. But PlayStation 5 event, I was just like, from what the leaks were and the way you've been handling, I don't really care. But the Cyberpunk game, because I love CD Projekt Red, yes, I know whoever's listening now, future, whatever, they have a controversial history. The crunch, some of their politics in studio, some of the politics in Poland where they work is questionable. I know. But that's the game I've been looking forward to for 10 years, I think, was when the first trailer came out. That's what I was most heard about, that was delayed. PlayStation, I'll catch you next year. I'll catch you 2 months from now, 3 months from now. You always have something new for me. Cyberpunk will come around once a year. That was the one that hurt me the most.
Anybody else? Anybody else mad?
I mean, I can't really be mad though. Like, I dig it, I get it, and like, I was excited, but 2020, if it's taught me anything, be ready for disappointment. So,
yeah,
if it's taught me anything,
yeah,
like, don't get your hopes up. Be happy when you got something. Go for what you want. Blah blah blah. Like this inspirational stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, I can't be too mad because I'm out of mad already.
Y'all think?
Yeah.
Is there any universe where we kind of think we may be overhyping Cyberpunk and there's a chance it could be a fail?
Nope.
Like this is certified 100. Cyberpunk is certified 100. Because I gotta feel like we've been waiting so long and hyping the game up so much that, man, it could disappoint because of the pedestal we put it on as gamers.
There's a chance, but if it's strictly what they say it is, then that's enough for me. That's what I want.
Ooh, fame. That's a dark place you just brought me to.
Because it's been put on a pedestal, like it's a can't miss game of the year. It's put on a pedestal. Do you think it's been put up so high that it has a chance to disappoint? Because we put it on.
I think
Witcher though. The Witcher 3 was my first Witcher game, and I was on the fence about whether or not to pick it up to begin with.
Witcher 3 ain't knowing the hype as Cyberpunk is.
It just seemed interesting. For me, it was. I was like, I followed it because it's something that I guess the aesthetic caught me, and then I started checking out the books, and I was like, oh, okay, this might make a dope game. Like, I started hearing about the old games, but didn't really pay too much attention to them. And I was hyped for The Witcher 3, but this wasn't one of my my cautiously optimistic. I wasn't even as hyped for Spider-Man. And you know how I feel about Spider-Man. I wasn't even as hyped for that as I was on PS. I mean, as I was for The Witcher. And it delivered for me.
Boy, I swear.
Sorry, Demi's meme knocked me way off kilter.
Wow, gee, like. But no, man, I'm really worried I'm really worried that I think we're making this out to be
here's the thing.
Game of the Gen and no one's played it for 3 minutes.
Man, it's gonna slap now.
I think it'll slap. I think it'll be great because they're not gonna let us down like rest in peace Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh god. And if you've played Witcher 3, never go back and play Witcher 1 or 2 because you will be disappointed to the extreme.
I did.
I think that they're god awful, aren't they?
No, 2 still holds up. The first one is very dated.
2 still holds up. The first one is god awful.
Very dated.
But if you're used to the open world of 3, you're not gonna like 2. I think CD has grown and learned from that, and I think they have taken the time. It's 10 years minimum that they've been working on this.
Mm-hmm.
It will not reach it for some people. Some people will be like, whatever. I don't like this. Some people will be upset by, you can have your schlong a foot long if you want it, or you can have itty bitty titty committee, whatever you want. Some people will be upset.
We don't rock with those.
Where are these
Or
analogies
you can
coming
have
from
both.
right now?
That's what people really upset about.
Yeah.
But if you really want this game to be your game, I think it'll hit the right points for you. And if CD Projekt continues their history of giving free DLC, it's going to be awesome. And they're already committed to the upscaling for the new consoles.
So I just want to go on record as saying that nobody.
Reggie Butler in the building.
Reggie, what's up, Reggie, baby?
Look at Hugger smiling. Reggie in the building.
Demi, I feel like that's all you need to do for the rest of the podcast is that, and that's like that's the appropriate response to everything.
What were you saying, Dallas?
Ain't nobody have a problem with songs and games when it was Conan doing it. Nobody cared.
Right.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
But nobody cared about Conan, so.
Right.
And nobody have a problem with it when it was the Saints Row. You can just enlarge the joint.
Exactly.
I never played.
Nobody had a problem with slapping people with. Never mind. Let me shut up.
Let's come on, talk about it. The purple things.
So Reggie says, "Hey Reggie, hi all. How are you guys doing? I know I'm late to the show, but I needed this today. I need to see you guys smile, especially Hugger. What's up, Reggie?
Do your thing, Hugger.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
Nico, Hi, Reggie.
Coming later.
Y'all don't start.
Hey,
How you doing?
man.
He turned into a weird Korean.
Let me tell you. Cyberpunk gonna hit.
I'm a
bro.
weeb.
They've been working close with the dude who made the board game, bro. I think it's
Mike
going to
Pondsman?
hit. Yeah, it's going to hit.
Yeah. And Mike, his brain, I don't know if y'all really pay attention to him, but his brain
is amazing.
That man is a
Like he
storyteller.
gets into some details you wouldn't even think of for things.
That man is a storyteller. He literally built a world and he lives in it. Like in some way or another, he lives in it. And for that reason alone, I think Cyberpunk is gonna be fire. Look how good The Witcher was, with no input from Sapkowski whatsoever.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Lost Demi.
How do boxes look?
Boxes are gonna be shifted, y'all. I'm sorry.
Actually, all I have to do is move your box over a little bit, Hugger. Your box is a little bit.
But when Demi pops back in, though.
But I don't want to upset Reggie. Jeez.
Reggie can wait for 2 minutes until Demi pops back in.
Right.
In the meantime,
Besides that,
Victor. What?
I was gonna say, besides that, he ordered the collector's edition of Cyberpunk, so he can't be that mad at nothing at this point.
Reggie, you ordered the collector's edition. The collector's edition is still sold out in Canada, so I can't get it yet. But Victor says, any news on Sony patent that may have a PS5 or a second PS5 as a hybrid like Switch?
I have not heard this.
Victor, you joined us when we did the state of play for Last of Us 2. Thank you for sticking around, guy.
I have not heard this, but
any news?
Let me go dig. I got some people I can send some messages to, and then I can find out.
See, he back.
All right, let me put you back on.
Back again.
Shift me back over.
Sorry, I had to call.
Hey man, you messed up. You messed up Hugger's box, sir.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Would you guys like to see? Demi's never messed up my box. Would you guys like to see PlayStation come out with another handheld? I mean, Last of Us 2 had the chip with the Vita.
Here's the thing I hated about the Vita. The absolute most. The absolute most thing I hated about the Vita, I hated the UI.
The touch on the back?
No, I hated the UI.
Oh, the UI, yeah.
All they had to do was make it look like the PS4's UI. It was ugly. It was terrible. It was stupid. I hated that UI. It was terrible. And it made me not want to play it.
USI.
The PSP UI was perfect. They could have just did that. But it was so bad it made me not want to play it. I bought 3 PS Vitas and sold all 3. I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and get another one.
Given one to me.
So you made the same mistake 3 times?
Yep, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. And I admit that.
That's hard.
Dallas. I think it would be interesting to see what PlayStation would put in the handheld market nowadays.
So is that supposed to be a condom?
I'm telling you, that ain't no. The Arby's logo ain't what people say it is. That's all I'm saying.
We have
a
the
long
meat.
dick.
We have the meat. Oh, that makes sense now.
They
have the meat.
Y'all ridiculous.
Oh,
man.
thanks, Reggie. Technical issues happen sometimes. Thank you.
So
Nico.
That makes sense now.
We're gonna have to cut that shit out.
They do have the meat, you know. Victor, is it okay if I say your name like that, Victor? Victor says, I think Sony fans will love it and will give the Switch a run for their money if they do a handheld console.
If they come with the game.
If you can play, only if you can play PS5 games, because the thing with people don't want a handheld that only plays games for handheld. Jesus.
Oh shit! Here you go.
Again.
People,
if you could do like the second controller thing that was it Vita or PSP could do, that would be awesome.
the thing about Nintendo is you got console quality games on a portable device. People don't want Sony to give us another handheld that has a separate catalog. Like, all right, here's the Vita 2's games. Like, no, like people will buy
so
it
many games
if
on
they
the
can
PSP
play.
that never made it to console.
If they can play their PS4, PS5 games on it, it would blow the Switch out the water. But if it's only mobile style games, people ain't gonna rock with it.
Sony will have to support it a lot more than the Vita. A lot more. Because that's the only issue the Vita had was just lack of marketing. And
That's
drop
true,
these
yeah.
proprietary cards for your handhelds. And if they ever release one, I shouldn't have to go out and buy another memory card. Please just use a micro
Oh
SD.
my god.
Yes.
Now you go buy that proprietary memory card.
It's gonna be something proprietary, dog. Come on now.
That's what they do.
I hated buying it, bro. And they was not cheap. Not cheap at all.
Think about it.
It's just going to be a micro SD card with a certain different kind of interface that you can't get anywhere else.
Think about it. The PS5 and the Xbox Series is gonna have a proprietary storage system. They're not gonna make nothing that's not proprietary now. Nothing will be non-proprietary. They're gonna find a way to get that money out of it.
Bro, but they did say it was gonna work. Like, okay, if you got these externals or something, we're gonna try to make it work and compatible with your consoles.
Yeah.
Anti-consumer as hell. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't believe none of that.
The big thing with, if we're gonna go in that realm, is Stadia just got dealt another blow because Steam is partnering up with GeForce, and I know a lot of people don't like GeForce Go, but it takes the games you own and puts it on the cloud so you can play it anywhere. If Sony does something like that, and not like their crap that they're doing with PS Now where it's on our servers, you know, like, no, I bought the hardware, let me play it on my stuff in the cloud. I think they'll have a winner on their hands if they do that.
Cloud boys.
Just let me take the game I paid for and play it anywhere.
Listen, I want to use PS Now. And I got the internet capability to use it, but
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be PS Now. Just if they were to release a handheld, let me play it, either download it or whatever on this, so I could take it and go, and the saves can transfer over and all that stuff. Because that's what their handheld needs to do. It needs to interact with their next console. It can't be a separate entity. So Victor says Sony could integrate a PS5 hardware into their Xperia phone, as well as make it a hybrid. Yes, they could. I
ain't trying to buy no Xperia phone, man.
Hey, you guys know who Paul Thorod is? Thorod.com? Is it Thorod? How you pronounce it? Paul Thorod. You remember Thorod.com?
No.
Never followed that? Oh, well, I guess it just wouldn't matter to y'all, but he just tweeted out a couple hours ago that he is guessing that the PlayStation 5, I bring this up because we talked about it earlier, the PS5 is $600 and the Series X is $500. And then he says if Sony matches the Xbox price, if Sony's price is $500, the Microsoft will lower accordingly to $450 or $479.
Listen, if Microsoft do that, that's smart on their behalf.
I think Microsoft was going in and said we have the most powerful console and at the cheapest price. Which means if Lockhart is real,
they got a wall compared to what PlayStation has.
That means if Lockhart is real, they're jumping to $300.
But they still got an uphill battle.
They do.
It's PS5. PS5 is still.
They can remedy that with that July event.
It's real dark.
If that July event busting,
they gotta swing hard. That's the important question. I mean, not a question, but a statement. They gotta come out the gate swinging, because PS5 has all this momentum. Look at how people just reacting just off the canceled event, man.
Yeah.
Like, Microsoft gotta come with it.
If Microsoft July event is busting, that's a good start.
It is. Don't come goofing around. Don't do no Assassin's Creed 3-second gameplay. Don't tell me about no indies. Just show me gameplay and show me prices and release dates.
Like we gotta see Playground RPG, which we're hearing it might be Fable. We have to see what the initiative is doing. Like you have to show both of those games, gameplay of both of them. You have to. I don't think you can mess around. Right. We have to see gameplay of Hellblade. We have to see that, and we have to see Obsidian's. Because we know Obsidian's also working on Grounded. Outer Worlds 2 is
still
real.
That's in the baby phases.
Outer Worlds 2 is the thing that's happening, but Obsidian is also working on another AAA RPG. So we have to see that as well. And apparently that's already playable because Matt Booty
Can't hear his name without laughing.
Matt Booty and Phil Spencer have already played the game. So it's in a playable format. Get sexy,
before we move on. So we got a lot of comments in between that. Reggie says, I disagree with that. One of the main reasons Nintendo's handles have sold so well is because of the separate catalog. Nintendo provided games that you could play anywhere. Second opinion, what's up, y'all? Reggie, side note, PS Now is getting an upgrade. It's been better. Sorry, you guys know I'm slow. It's been in the working for a while now. I still don't want to play on anybody else's hardware.
Gotta hit Victor.
Rain, you calling me up for wanting an Xperia? That was my favorite phone. Second opinion says, I want to take a moment and say I love you guys so much. If y'all ever need anything, let me know. I might hit you up after this.
Okay.
Reggie says the PS5 is not $600. Sony is arrogant. They might put it at $600. Victor, super chat. Victor, what do you want me to say? You want me to do it in an accent, y'all? What should I do? I don't know.
Hey, you said
900.
You said Victor gets that sexy voice, so you better give it to him.
Ooh, give it to him. Let him get that full OnlyFans voice.
I'm off my game. I'm sorry, love. What do you think of the Lockhart being part of the Surface Duo, or phones playing next gen games natively? Support for you guys and the website. Thank you for supporting the website, love. We've been pushing hard. There's a lot of opinion pieces from our excellent writers if you guys want to go to Lv1Gaming.com. But what do you guys think of the Lockhart being part of the next Surface Duo and the phones in general playing the next games natively?
Oh, you know what? I'm with
Not
it.
a fan.
Because the Surfaces are shitty.
Not a fan.
No?
No.
Why not?
Keep it just to your consoles only. Keep it console only.
But
don't start treading.
You don't like xCloud then?
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I don't mind having the ability to play it on my phone if I choose to do that, but don't make that the only way I can play it or something weird.
But
like
here's
that.
the thing:
like if it's an option, there's nothing wrong with having more options.
If Microsoft's true plan is to make the Series X a better competitive price, then you can do this with the Lockhart. Because the Lockhart was supposed to be the weaker. When we first heard about it, was supposed to be the weaker next generation entry. Yeah, but if they're really saying, you know, we're gonna be competitive with the Series X price, and we're gonna make it cheaper than the PS5. Heck, if the PS5 is $500, we're gonna be $450. Then what's the freaking use of another $350 console? Like, just straight up, I'm with it.
Yeah,
it can't be $350, but I'm with it. That's just me. Because I mean, I plan on getting the Series. Even if it was 2 dedicated consoles, I wouldn't half-ass my way into the next gen. I'm not going to half-ass into the next gen. I'm going right for the Series X. Yeah. That's just me.
What's the point of half-assing the next gen if in 3 months you have to buy, like the PlayStation, I have the original Fat Boy. You have to buy a new hard drive. What's the point in 3 months you got to do that? Because most games now are not below 60 gigabytes, and that will fill up a PlayStation, Xbox hard drive to no extent. So what's the point of getting the lower end model?
Oh my God! Second opinion. Thank you. I've been wondering if the Xbox Game Studio logo pops up when you turned on Minecraft Dungeons on PS4. I didn't know if it did that or not.
Yes, it does.
That's funny. Never thought we would see the day.
As far as a power narrative, all I can say is the power is not measured in numbers. We've never measured it in numbers. Microsoft had bring out Jesus for everybody to be satisfied. That's true, Rain. Billy, I think that's Belial, says, yo, Demi that meme bruh. Demi is that meme bruh. He quiet, but he be posting them memes. Xbox Studios from Reggie says, Demi's always...
Dallas, I missed that
Demi
meme.
quiet, but Demi be posting the memes. Xbox Studios have a lot to prove. It's up to them to live up to the expectation of their fans. Sony, like Nintendo Studios, are proven. Second Opinion says, I'm sick of these console wars. Same. Second Opinion also says, just review Minecraft Dungeons, and I liked seeing the Xbox logo on my PS4, okay? Reggie says, sorry guys, I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. The cloud is the future. It's an option. Trust me. I work in the cloud daily. Billy says, I think that's what it's come down to be honest. Opinions or options. Don't make it a final resort. Make it another means to enjoy your library of games. I think a decade from now we'll know for sure. Rain says, if anyone actually seen a half-ass.
Has anyone actually seen a half-ass?
You cut the booty cheek off, you know?
Oh my god.
Billy says, until then, I think it's fair for Microsoft to try and build an infrastructure. And then Reggie. What's up, Reggie? Nico. Hugger, you say Sony will price the box. No, I said 500.
That was Thorrod. Well, I was reading a tweet earlier, him saying 600.
Yeah. They won't do that. 600 is like the bad girlfriend that Sony doesn't want to go. Yeah, I said 500 earlier, and I think I said it will be more expensive because people will buy those, scalpers will buy 30 of them and then sell them for like $900. Question from Rain says, why Nintendo don't have to make new IPs?
Because Nintendo gets a pass.
Because they triple.
Nintendo has so many IPs they're sitting on that they don't work on.
Nintendo can just do whatever the fluff they want.
Everyone knows Nintendo gets a pass.
But they've also had new IPs. Some of them hit, some of them don't.
Octopath.
Can we say that the Switch did a whole lot of proving that the Wii U wasn't as bad as people said it was because people loving those games. Like they loving those ports over.
I just think it was the prototype was there. They just finally making up for what happened with the Wii U.
So Hugger left, so I guess the podcast goes on break. No, I'm playing.
We did. I mean, I could use some more whiskey. I don't know if
I should probably
like the Switch is getting that support with them IPs, bro.
It is. And like I said, Nintendo gets a pass. Nintendo gets to do weird stuff. They get to come out with a console like the Switch. They get to recycle games from last gen. They get to make you 47,000 Mario games. Their game. A lot of people say that Nintendo games are rated higher because they get that Nintendo scale. I don't know what it is about people loving Nintendo. Maybe Nintendo gets a pass. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not.
It's just nostalgia
because we still waiting on Metroid, and we don't want to piss them off and make them want to start all over again.
It's nostalgia for what you grew up on. Everybody loves Nintendo. Everybody loves Mario.
And everybody
Nintendo.
Everybody's mama called every console you had the Nintendo. Cut that Nintendo off. This is a whole Sega, lady. You need to calm down. Everything Nintendo.
Don't expect her to know the difference. All right? It's messed up.
It'd be this generation of moms that knows the difference. But our moms, everything was Nintendo. I'd be on a whole Xbox. You always on that Nintendo. Whoa, calm down with the memes.
More comments?
What the hell, Dallas, man? Did you actually? That looks like a photo you actually took from your bathroom.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh God. How do I move on?
You don't. We just gotta end the show. Thanks for coming, everybody. Y'all have a good.
That was 110.
Victor says, I meant is if the new Microsoft phone AK Surface Duo with a 4 terabyte flop GPU integrated in its play next gen games natively without using the clouds. Oh, so like the new generation. Do you think they could? I mean, that's just a gaming laptop at that point. Gaming Surface at that point.
Why Kev in the chat set tripping on console.
Like before I
Not
was
Sega over here, cuz.
like I used to rock with the Windows phone. I had the HTC Windows phone, and that joint was nice. I would love for them to come out with a powerful phone like that. I'd rock with it. I'd play games on it.
HTC isn't around anymore.
No, I'm just saying back in the day.
Yeah. Razer has a phone and ROG has a phone, Republic of Gamers. Billy says, I mean, the Xbox One at launch was circa $500. I'm pretty sure that the tech wasn't bleeding edge at the time. I'm expecting to be surprised regarding price personally. Yeah.
Bleeding edge.
Glorious
Bleeding
Kevin,
edge.
what is up, Glorious Kev? Genesis
Bleeding
does
edge
what
wasn't
Nintendo
bleeding
don't.
edge.
We don't talk about bleeding
So,
edge.
before we go into what's called, I want to bring up something that I thought was very interesting. So, if you are wanting to get into the game industry, number one, first off, if you want to write for someone, you come write for Lv1Gaming.com. I mean, honestly, right?
Opaya.
Come write for Lv1Gaming.com. But apparently, IGN said they're looking for black journalists. And they've been looking for black journalists. All you needed to do was apply.
Oh, that's it?
Boy, I
Really?
applied and they said no.
I gotta pull it up here if I can here.
Like, I applied for them earlier this year before we started level 1, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay. I got a decade of history behind me, but okay, cool.
I had capped the post because he deleted it after he got drugged. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna pull it up here. Dan Stapleton. He says, I think I can speak for about everybody in the game journalism when I say that we'd love to hire more black and other minority writers. But we can't find you if we don't hear from you. When you see a job posting go by, apply, or recommend somebody.
We can't find you if we ain't looking. I mean,
that's
if you
the
ain't
problem.
applying.
Those people weren't applying before. We just wasn't applying. Oh, okay.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah, our bad.
That's what it was. Okay.
So if I can put that, bam, for y'all want to read that.
All you
just
had to
wanted,
do
like-
was apply, Dallas. What's wrong with you? Why didn't you apply yourself?
Should have applied. I applied 99 times. I should have went to 100.
So instead of going to
man.
IGN, if you're looking to get a crack in the games journalist industry, go to Lv1Gaming.com, Lv1Gaming.com. Go to the right where it says contact us. Go down to writer and apply because we'll actually respond.
Facts.
We'll actually respond.
And we're always
That's
looking
no
for
lie.
weird,
What's up,
diverse
gaming
personalities.
We are
Yes,
so
I'll do your
desperate for
article.
writers. You could be like 3 years old, barely forming sentences, and we'll be like, hang on, let's talk. Let's see what you can bring to the table.
No, I'm not into editing that much work.
There's a website. Click it. If you're interested in game journalism, please come join the family. We like to rock out with...
So this week has been a different week compared to other weeks. In the description, there is a link to, it's called Checkpoint Gaming. It's a link like Jennifer Hale, Ken Levine, Alana Pierce are a part of it, where they're just trying to provide some mental health support to gamers around the world. You don't even have to be a gamer, but the link is to, in your area, if you need help, there is mental health links. It's not a replacement for if you need immediate help. If you need immediate help, call 911, or there's links in your area to get some immediate help if you're feeling it, because this week has been weird and just transitionary and things are different. So please take care of your mental health, guys. I want to see you guys tomorrow. I want to see you guys the week after. I want to see you guys forever, okay? Please take care of your mental health. But while we're on that, while you're taking care of your mental health, you need to play some video games. You need to watch something. So what's your guys' suggestions for this week? Kev, Sexy Flexy, what's your suggestions?
Something to watch this week. So I already mentioned Avatar and Airbender last week. I've been binging that still. Aside from that, I mean, I can't imagine there's anybody out there who hasn't watched it yet, but I know season 2 is coming up. Well, I guess this counts for both of these shows, because season 2 is coming for both of them. If y'all have yet to watch The Witcher or The Mandalorian for any God-given reason, just go ahead and watch them now. Thank me later, thank me now, thank me both. But go watch them. Season 2s are coming, so y'all should enjoy those because that's some good television programming right there.
Amen, right there. Dallas, what you got? DALLAZ man, what you got?
Man, let me see. I haven't really been watching much lately. However, we already live in one of my favorite shows ever, Black Mirror. So if you ain't been all the way through that, go ahead and check that out on Netflix because Black Mirror is some fire. And I don't know, at this point, if you watch it now, it might be a little too close to home. It might be a little too real, but who knows? You know, you might have a dark sense of humor like me. Check it out.
That's true. You don't got a game recommendation for anybody?
Let me see. What have I been playing that I want to share? Oh, I haven't beat this game yet, but I've been enjoying it. Battle Chasers Night War.
Woo!
I heard of that one.
Bro,
Is it good?
the game be
alright
busting.
so far. It's pretty alright so far. It's
Love that
based off-
game.
I've been really into like stuff that has like comic book tie-ins. This is the video game tie-in to a comic book. But, thus far it's pretty alright. I dig it. I'm a sucker for turn-based combat anyway.
Yep.
It's super simple. RPG wise, like it works as a JRPG. It's super simple, but it's dope and it's fun. So I suggest you check out Battle Chasers Night War.
Game is fire.
Our one and only Demiculus, God of Games.
To what now?
Demiculus.
Hey, what's
That's it.
going on?
Oh, calm down.
All right, so I got another 3 for you guys. I got another 3 in the tuck.
Slapping us with them threes.
For the anime, I'm going to recommend Cavalry of the Iron Fortress.
Good one.
It is a zombie anime that's set in steampunk feudal Japan. It slaps. It ain't a Train to Busan, but the threat is constantly looming station to station, and it doesn't take it. Well, it takes risks with the main characters that you like, and some of the side characters that you like also are at risk. So don't stick around and try to get a favorite character because it'll pull like some Game of Thrones and Attack on Titan stuff and hit you right in the gut. It's a great anime so far.
Am I gonna cry?
You may.
You might.
Ooh, okay.
For game
prepare
recommendations, I am going to recommend Assassin's Creed Rogue. Just started it up this weekend. Very, very interesting from the Templar perspective. Because there's a lot of brainwashing in this game if you played the previous Assassin's Creed entries. And I like how they're capping everything off in the indie sections for everything that's been going on with Connor and Hatham and Adewale and Edward. It's a lot to this game. It's a lot of references. It's very fun, very different, kind of short too. Because I'm feel like I'm close to beating it, and I am enjoying the hell out of myself. So Assassin's Creed Rogue is something you guys should definitely check out. And for movie recommendations, Alita Battle Angel, please go check that out.
Yes.
Great film. I recommend reading the manga first, then checking out the movie. But if you don't want to do that, just check out the movie. It's really good. I enjoyed every second of watching that movie.
It's really good. When you finish Rogue, I don't know if they get into it in the game, but I will drop a massive spoiler on you for future games. But I'll wait till you're finished it.
If it's what I'm thinking, because they've been dropping some hints. We'll get into it.
It might
we'll
be.
get into it.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Our favorite fearless leader, the man with the chanclatas that is going to beat y'all's ass this week.
I already
Fame.
went. What are you talking about? Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. The other one with his chanclatas, the one with the kids that is keeping him up all night. Fame.
Factual. I just got
How
2.
you doing?
I know a lot of people gonna say that it's trash, but
2 is plenty.
my anime is Dr. Stone.
Right.
I actually enjoy Dr. Stone. I know a lot of people don't really like
Stone's
Dr.
good,
Stone.
man.
I really like Dr. Stone. Like it's legit. You know, I be like trying to learn stuff as well. I'm like, oh,
Yo, name the last time a show got you hyped for science or like knowledge in general. Never.
Bill Nye.
No
Bill
such
Nye
thing
the
as
Science Guy.
the Magic School
Magic
Bus
School
might be the
Bus,
last
yeah.
one.
Nah,
Miss
but Dr.
Frizzle,
Stone
y'all.
slap. Dr. Stone
Yeah,
slap.
it go hard. And
Dr. Stone slap, yeah.
the season 1 closing song
Maybe
slaps go hard.
Full Metal Alchemist.
And then my game was nothing secretive, but I've been playing a lot of Minecraft Dungeons. I recommend you guys check out Minecraft Dungeons. It's fun. I've been playing a lot with my son over the last couple of days, so really getting into it. I'm on the apocalypse mode now, so I'm really excited about getting the better gear.
That sounds serious, bro.
And yeah, game
We in apocalypse mode every day now.
Facts.
He said he's gonna download Diablo, so
Oh boy,
Yeah, because she won't play
You're not ready for that.
Minecraft Dungeons with me.
he ain't ready.
because it's
Even though she
half-assed.
promised me she would.
That's before I got into it. And
Nah, I
realized
want
it was
to.
a half-assed
You're
experience.
supposed to be a man of your word.
Or a woman of your word.
Women of work. Anyway, my suggestions for y'all. I got anime movie Endgame. So last week for anime, I suggest Ajin. It's on Netflix. But this week, I'm going way back. I don't know if it's on. It might be on Funimation, but I don't know. It's El Cazador de la Bruja. It's from 2007, so over a decade old. But it's like one of my favorites in like the Lucky Star area, where it's one of my favorite animes. It's about a girl who's like genetically engineered to be a super witch, and then her carer must take care of her, and it's just El Cazador de la Bruja. And for movies, I would say I've been watching. I recently watched because I love this. It's old, but I like it.
Yeah.
Movie that I recently watched was Memoirs of a Geisha. That's also an old movie. If you like Japanese
That's a bop.
movies,
Yep.
it's
That's a good movie.
Memoirs of a Geisha is a bop.
That's a bop.
Like it's set in World War II era Japan, where geishas aren't the beautiful things they used to be, and most people view them as prostituzias, but they're not. And just this one beautiful woman's history through learning to be a geisha and a love story. That's Memoirs of a Geisha and El Cazador de la Bruja. If you want to watch something, if you want to play something, boy, oh my god. I've been into the Yakuza series. I just started Kiwami tonight, and the Yakuza series is like they're so good, and I feel like you have to play them right next to each other because otherwise you'll lose like who's this character. But yeah, Yakuza. I did start Vambrace Cold Soul, but it's like a Darkest Dungeons kind of thing. But Yakuza, go play Yakuza. They're on Game Pass. Game Pass is $5 on PC because you don't need the Ultimate Edition. Just go play Yakuza. It's so good. But take care of your mental health, y'all. We are Level 1 Gaming. We are glad you stuck with us. We are glad you are here with us. Got a lot of articles coming out, some good opinion pieces. Demi's got some reviews. Kev's got some banging esports stuff. Dallas has got some kiss-worthy stuff from all of us coming out, and some good articles. Fame is always out there.
I always got
always
my finger on a pulse.
nose to the grindstone.
Always.
Fame is doing his thing. And this has been 2XP level 101.
What?
Get into these outros though.
You are
No,
9
yeah.
levels behind.
It's
Whoa,
110. 110.
For 1,010, y'all. We did it.
This is 1010, baby. Let's
I lived
go.
longer than I ever thought I would.
Is it 1010? Because we in the 1000s if we 1010.
That's what you said. You realize that, right?
You guys know I'm dyslexic, so eat my ass.
Reggie?
Wait, does it work with numbers?
With the other, but
There you-
we can talk about
Somebody
that.
call Reggie. All right.
I'm cute but dumb.
with that,
so,
with that mic.
To my right, the man with the clamps, Citizen Snips.
Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Maybe not excluding the meme box because these kids wild. But yeah, it was a good show. I feel like
Don't act like you
excited to
don't
see
drop
y'all
some
next
shit.
week. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch y'all on the site or catch y'all in stream or something like that. So take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peace.
My little sister, floor hugger. Yeah.
Nico. What's up, y'all? Hi. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I mean, we out of control sometimes, but these are my people. Most times. This was the first episode in a while that it was just the cast. We didn't have a guest on today, and I hope we can entertain you during this difficult time. Take care of your mental health. Watch something, play something. Just take that time for yourself, and we'll see you guys on the site, or we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
All the way from the DallazMan.
Man, I'm gonna do this too, just because I want some like Doctor Strange Spider-Man powers, and hopefully if I do it as many times as Hugger do, like maybe I'll like.
Nico.
But don't
Speaking
say
of,
that. Like don't do that part.
Yeah, don't say
Shout
that.
out to whoever the hell Nico is. Also, shout out to them kids that let themselves get bit by a Black Widow to see if they get powers. I swear I've been wanting to do that and was too scared. So like, thank y'all for like.
It's not.
Let me learn from
just
y'all
so we're
mistakes.
clear, people out there in the world.
You're gonna
it
die.
wasn't just a poisonous spider. It was a radioactive.
Oh,
spider,
and it was radio.
okay?
Shout out to them for
So if
even
you're gonna
finding
try,
a radioactive
at least try
spider.
with the appropriately treated spider. Okay.
Don't just get bit by the most
poisonous.
poisonous spider in the world.
Just
Go
making
get bit by something
making
radioactive
some
as well.
Bad choices right there.
Also, shout out to the whole chat. Shout out to the whole entire chat. Like y'all been showing up for us, and I dig it. And we have fun together.
You a whole ass cheek.
I just want to keep it. Wait,
They
just
both
one?
cheeks, okay, and a hole.
Well, we're talking about half-ass cheeks. So
How
they're,
you
they're a
half-ass?
whole ass half-ass cheek. Because you gotta slice the other cheek of the booty
You a
out.
whole
Anyway,
ass-
get to your outro.
Wait, what? How you?
We talked about a lot of booty on this podcast today. I'm kind of concerned.
Get to your outro.
Hey, really fast, Rain. The kids were 12, 10, and 8 in Bolivia. I put an article up on level
That's
LV1
old
Gaming.
enough to
Oh,
know
of
not to
course
do
it's
that.
Bolivia.
That's
What's
old
that
enough
supposed
to
to
know
mean?
not to do that. Shout out to them though.
I mean, they had some courage for sure. Because they had to be like, hang on, something about this ain't right.
Yeah, like
Dallas,
You first,
what you
you
got
first.
coming up for level 1 this week? Because you still on your outro, baby.
oh, I'm done with my outro. I got a couple dope things coming. Y'all just stay tuned to the Level 1 Gaming Twitter. If you follow us on Twitter, stay tuned to the website. And I'm just dropped a video today actually with these two homies right here. I can't see if I'm pointing to their boxes or not. But yeah, it was what's your favorite video game cutscene, and the answer kind of surprised me a little bit. So y'all go check that out.
Oh yeah.
We also have an Instagram. Make sure to follow that.
Senior to something to do something.
Hello. Thank you for coming out to the podcast. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. Hope everybody mental health is well. Hope everybody drank some water today, and I hope everybody just had a great time. Don't forget BLM. You should know what it stands for, always, and keeping in solidarity. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. That is Demi God Reviews for everything. Hit that follow button and that subscribe button, and always get in tune with what's going on. Reviews hitting Level 1 Gaming and YouTube this week. I don't sleep. I'm always running on coffee because of everybody. And yeah, that's it, man. Bring the women, bring the wine, and yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.
If your favorite content creator is, if you black, your favorite content creator is not, and he hasn't mentioned anything about your life, stop throwing them money. This was level 110 of the Double XP podcast. You guys have a great one, and we out.